Okay, we're gonna put a couple windows in this wall here. You're gonna get your rough opening on your windows, which is the width and the height, plus 3/8 on both the width and the height. Okay, mark your rough opening on the wall, pop a couple chalk lines, and cut the sheetrock out down to the studs. Alrighty. Once you got that cut out, make sure you cut back to the next stud, about center line of that next stud, so you'll have something to nail your new sheetrock onto. Okay, this is not your rough opening yet. This is just the opening. And we're going to build it back up to what the rough opening should be. So now you got to go out and cut the outside. You're going to mark the 4 corners. Just drill a hole in each corner. That'll give you a reference point on the outside. And you're going to use a chalk line to pop the line all the way around. Use a circular saw. Set the circular saw to the depth of the thickness of the siding. In this case, we got T111 siding out there, which is going to be a fairly easy job cutting. You might have vinyl, or you might have lap siding, whatever. This is fairly easy here with the T111. So just go ahead and cut it out. Get down to the 4 corners there. Just be careful cutting it out. Like I said, cut the depth of your saw. Set the depth of your circular saw to the thickness of the siding you're working with. Again, this is not the actual rough opening. This is going to be wider than the rough opening. And we'll have to build it back up to what the rough opening is going to be. Go ahead and push the siding out. Now on the bottom, you're going to measure down another 3 inches and cut it. That's going to be your bottom plate. You could have added that to the first measurement. It didn't matter. Your bottom plate is 2 2x4s, flat, and they're sitting on top of the jacks. Now on the left and right ends of that bottom plate, you're going to drop a couple jacks in for your bottom plate to sit on. Of course, you're going to have to go back and cut the rest of those studs out. Use a good metal blade. Cut those out with. Check your measurements. Double check, triple check. Make sure you've got the exact same measurement from left to right. If you don't have the right measurements, just tweak it a little bit. Even if it's an 1/8 out or 1/16 out, just put a little shim in there and bring it up to what you need. Can't emphasize enough that you've got to have very precise measurements on these windows, or you're going to be fighting to get that window in, or you're going to have to rip the whole thing out again. Alrighty, in this case here, I'm just marking where the jacks are so I can screw that bottom plate down into the jacks. Alright. Then you go back with a Sawzall, cut those studs out. Here's your header. Your header goes in on edge. It's got a 1/2 inch spacer. 2 pieces of 2x4 with a 1/2 inch spacer. Okay. They'll sit nicely on top of the 2x4 jacks. On the right hand side, I've already got 1 jack put in. Okay, leave the jack on the left side out until you get the header in there. It's a whole lot easier to put that jack in after the header's in than trying to fight that header in there. Then you'll have it in there good and tight. All right. Go ahead and set your header on edge on top of that jack. Push it all the way up good and firm. Pop a screw in there to hold it. Use a good long 4-inch GRK screw. Get it in there good and tight. Grab your other jack. Lay it in there and bang it in. The length on that jack is going to be your rough opening height. Nail it in or screw it. And once you get that done, again, check your measurements left and right. Check your measurements up and down. Make sure they're the same. Now I've got the center strip in. In this case, I used 3 pieces of 2x4, which gives me a 4.5-inch divider in the middle. Once you get that in, again, check your measurements. You're going to check your diagonals, make sure they're right. If they're not right, go back and spend a couple minutes to get them right. If you try to rush it, you're going to be tearing the whole thing out again. So just take your time and get your measurements right. Double and triple check your rough opening sizes. I've still got to build up my left and right size here to bring the rough opening width to what it's supposed to be. The height is already there now. Okay, so I'll use 2x4s on the left. I think I got 3 in there, 3 or 4. Same on the right. Again, double check your measurements. Make sure you got them right. Okay, so it looks like I used 4 2x4s on the left, 4 on the right. That brings it into the rough opening. Is completed. Check your diagonals. Double check them. Double check them. Triple check them. Got to be perfect. Okay. Take your time to get those right. You're going to add the window wrap, and then you're going to put the windows in. If you got to tweak it 1/8 of an inch, 1/16 of an inch, go ahead and do that. All right, so I got the window wrap in. Put the silicone sealant on the inside and pop your windows in there. Go ahead and nail the flanges. That's what it looks like on the inside. And there is your finished product on the inside. All right, a little catwalk and a little shelf for the cat. And your finished product on the outside. Put the T111 back and your bird feeder, and you're ready to go. And that's it. Good luck.